Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video on my channel, Hairliciously. If you guys are new, please make sure to subscribe so that you guys are updated on my second hair transplant journey progress, as well as video topics covering current hair loss treatments in the pipeline. If you guys are losing hair, please make sure to visit my website at hairliciously.com, where you guys can take a look at some of my micro needling and derm rollers, which are proven to stimulate hair growth, my DHC bucking shampoo, my hair growth supplements, serums, the low-level laser therapy cap, and a few other products that will help aid in hair growth. So today I wanted to do a quick video on day 76. So it's been about 2.5 months since my last hair transplant at Motion Clinic. If you guys don't know, I got my second hair transplant at Motion Clinic in South Korea in November of 2019. And so today is day number 76. Let me first show you guys how the hairline is framed in the face at a distance. And then I will show you guys up close and show you guys all the hairs that are actually growing out. So there's a lot of hairs that are growing out, as you guys can tell. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a lot of hairs that are starting to grow. So you guys can see that they are growing longer as well. And if you guys look carefully, there's still tiny bits of hairs that are emerging from the hairline. So here is the frontal portion of my hairline and the right temporal point. Now, in terms of growth, obviously this side here is not the same as this side here. There's a lot more hairs that are growing here a lot quicker than on this side here. You guys can kind of still see the redness, and there's not much hair that's growing over here compared to this side here. But that's the thing about hair transplants. They're not all going to grow at the same rate. You're going to have at least one side that's going to be slower than the other. So in my case, it's actually my right side. During my first hair transplant, it was actually my left side, surprisingly, and I had more density on the right side. But during my second one, it's actually my right side that's a little bit slower. But I'm not too worried. It's going to grow when the time comes. But like I said, you guys can still see a little bit of pink and redness, which is going to slowly subside as I go into my 3-month mark. And let me just show you guys the front of the hairline. There's a bunch of single hair grafts. As you guys can see, this is what you need when you get a hair transplant. You guys need to get the single hairs implanted into the frontal portion of the hairline so that's going to look natural. If you end up getting multi-grafts into the frontal portion of the hairline, it's going to look pluggy. And you don't want to have that appearance. What you want to do with multi-grafts is you want to reinforce the back portion of the hairline. But for the front portion of the hairline, you guys can see all these single grafts, which are nicely placed, and it really frames the face. So pretty happy for that. I think for my next haircut, I'm gonna cut it a little bit shorter just because the hairs here are growing in a little bit longer now, as you guys can see. But you know, it's a little bit difficult to style the hair just because the top portion's long and then the frontal portion is just starting to grow out. And I don't want to cut it short and try to match the frontal portion because there's not enough density right now. And so this is the best that I can do right now, which doesn't really cause too much issues for me. I like the way that it came out. I think I just need to get another haircut, cut the hair a little bit shorter, blend in the sides. But overall, pretty happy. If you guys didn't know, I did get one PRP session during my second hair transplant, and I think that might have helped with the growth. I didn't get PRP for my first hair transplant, and I started seeing hair sprouting around month 3. But right now, I'm actually starting to see them sprouting around my week, week 7, week 8, I started seeing hair growth around my 2-month mark. So I think PRP does help. But you know, it is costly for a lot of people, and I don't necessarily think that if you just get it just by itself, it's not really going to be too beneficial for hair growth. But I think if you guys do use it in conjunction with a hair transplant, I feel that it's going to help speed up the growth and also the recovery process. So here's how everything looks. Pretty happy. Everything's growing in pretty nicely. Also, I started taking finasteride. I know that in my probably my previous video where I talk about my wife's pregnancy, because of that, I started taking finasteride, and it's been a few days since I've taken 1 milligram per day. I'm going to start taking 1 milligram every 2 days just because of some of the studies that I've done, and it still shows that finasteride will still stay in the system. But no side effects so far. I didn't have any side effects when I previously took it and stopped and then, started taking it. So pretty happy with that. Also, a lot of you guys have been requesting me to do a video on topical finasteride. So I'm going to be covering a video on topical finasteride. I'm going to show you guys exactly how you guys can make it at home. The only things you guys really need is, finasteride tablets and minoxidil or some type of carrier that is going to help absorb the topical solution into the scalp. But it's really simple, so stay tuned for that. I'm also going to be doing a video on derma rollers. There's different types of derma rollers. So I'm going to crack open some derma rollers, show you guys which ones are actual needles, which ones aren't. So stay tuned for that. And if you guys have any questions, please make sure to leave me some comments below. Always make sure to subscribe so you guys are updated on my next videos. I have a lot of videos in mind, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.